The average life expectancy with this disease is 2 to 5 years, and the reality of that doesn't get easier.
Leanne Yacyshyn was diagnosed with ALS in 2016. We've been chatting over text for the past few days. She invited me over because she wants to show people what it's like to live with this terminal illness.
You want to check that mic for me real quick?
Check 1, 2.
I've sent some prepared questions because it can take a long time to sort of type things in. So how does your tablet device work? And how does it work for communication?
The camera reads the sensor dot on my glasses, and when I point to a button it clicks it. It can be very slow, and it gets tiring, but I am so grateful for the ability to keep connected. Shinder has been with me for 4 years.
Hey, Shinder.
At one point, we stopped the interview for Leanne's least favorite part of the day,
which is the cough assist machine and suction. It simulates coughing because I can no longer cough, and it brings up secretions from the lungs and throat, and then they are suctioned up. I do this 4 times a day.
And afterwards, she eats breakfast with a feeding tube. Leanne says she used to be a morning person. She worked as a teacher and would usually get up around 5 a.m. and go for a run or work out before work.
My morning routine starts around 8 with supplements and range of motion exercises. I then get up with the use of a ceiling lift and go to the washroom on a commode. I am washed by a caregiver. I have no use of my hands, so I am dependent on others for mostly everything. They dress me and brush my teeth and hair. It is a continual challenge to keep one step ahead of the disease and anticipating what I will need next. I have been living with ALS for over 5 years, but I still have days that the grief of the whole situation is overwhelming.
Wendy Toyer with the ALS Society of BC says British Columbia excels at getting patients equipment and care compared to the rest of the country.
I think where we're falling down in care is the lack of access to clinical trials in BC. And that is why in 2021 we launched a program called Project Hope.
That project has so far gathered $2.3 million in donations from British Columbians and $3 million from the provincial government, and has established a permanent ALS professorship at UBC. Toyer says there are only 2 licensed treatments in Canada, but those 2 treatments still don't significantly extend a patient's life.
If you don't have access to clinical trials, where's the hope? What we're looking for is a way that we can fund research that's going to have significant impact.
Until that happens, Leanne continues to advocate for patients with ALS Action Canada, the only patient-led advocacy group in the country.
I also try to spread awareness of ALS through Twitter and my blog. I spend quite a bit of time answering questions from people who are newly diagnosed.
Here's Leanne enjoying a recent graduation barbecue with her family. She misses her social life of going to church and volunteering and seeing friends from book clubs or yoga. Group settings are more difficult now.
So I usually get together one-on-one where I can carry on a conversation, or I do a movie night and then no talking is required.
Yeah, I tend to like one-on-one hangs too, to be honest.
In Langley, Kier Junos, City News.